You know, there's nothing like cracking that cellophane and pulling that record out. It just smells great.
Welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour.
Non-stop hardcore energy.
I love the show, guys. You're awesome.
Unlike any other.
With your host, John the Bod, a.k.a. the Bod Father.
Man, this stuff rocks.
This is Glenn from Two Shadows, and you're listening to BODS Mayhem Hour.
The views and opinions of the guests do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of BODS Mayhem Hour, its staff, affiliates, or sponsors. Parental discretion is advised. Welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour.
Hey everybody, welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour. I am your host, John the Bod, aka the Bod Father, and as always, I'm bringing you guys and gals awesome interviews. Today, it's an honor and a huge privilege to welcome vocalist Glen Bridden of Two Shadows. Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada-based metalcore band Two Shadows have released their debut EP, Bring the Code Inside, via Rock Shop Records. They have released their video for lead track Boulevard of Broken Dreams, and yes, that is Green Day's song that the band has covered. That features Ryan Hayes of Righteous Vendetta on guest vocals. Also check out singles Scratching the Surface and their acoustic version of Scratching the Surface as well, and also Screamworks. And the fourth single, of course, is Boulevard of Broken Dreams, the Green Day cover. So, Glenn, what's up, man? And I'm sorry about all this technical crap that we just went through.
Oh, it's all good, man. Thanks for the intro, man. That's killer. No, we were just saying it's one of those days, you know. It's just like a lot of, good luck, bad luck, technical difficulties, all that stuff. It's all part of it, though. It's like, show must go on. So here we are.
It's not a good interview. It's not a good interview or show, man, unless something screws up. It's got to have
exactly. You got to fight for them,
So the band just completed a U.S. tour opening for the Veer Union. How was that? And what was your expectations getting back out on the road with all this stuff going on?
Oh man. Well, first of all, it was the best. It was absolutely killer. Like so much fun. Time of our lives, honestly. We've been, doing the Canada circuit a while. We really wanted to get down to the States. We were hoping 2019 maybe would be our year, which it obviously was not. And we didn't really know going out. It was kind of like so up in the air, because like things change so fast and, we're out doing stuff and then we're not. So it was like, you got to book these things so far in advance too. It was just like, what are we going to do? Keep sitting around and waiting for something? Like, nah, screw that. So we just went for it, piled in the van, got a set together, booked some shows and then went for it. And then, it was amazing. Like the turnouts were like really great and the people were so awesome. And it was great being out with Veer Union. They it's our first time down there. They've been there a lot more than us, obviously, and they really showed us the ropes and the tips and tricks and like had our back through the whole thing. So that was like just such a good experience and a great like first run of many I planned. But yeah, man, exceeded all expectations, I would say.
I just want to jump in and say this before we get on through this interview, before I forget, and I'm very forgetful about stuff, and I meant to say
no worries.
But I like what this band brings to the table. I like the whole image that you see of the band. I like what you guys do. I like how you guys play everything. I like how your vocals are, man. I just like everything about this. If anybody finds anything bad about this, I don't see how.
Oh, dude, well, thank you, man. I appreciate that.
I know that everybody don't like every song and every album. Even I don't on every bands that I like. You know what I'm saying?
Totally.
But at least there's at least 3 to 4 songs on every album that you can like. And I know for a fact somebody out there is going to dig at least 2 or 3 of these songs off this, man, for sure.
Hell yeah. Cool, man. Cheers. Thank you.
How frustrating was this, man? Because you started working on the EP Bring the Code Inside in 2019 with Veer Unions Crispin Earl as a producer on the EP. So how frustrating was this to still, and it's 2022 and now you're just bringing this out with just 4 songs. I mean, how you got to be like, pissed off a little bit. And
I mean, definitely not the original plan for it. But you know what? It's like things happen and you got to roll with the punches, right? Like, if it was easy, everybody would do it. So, you persevere, you stick it out. And, there were a couple of really nice positives from this. One of them was that we got to kind of like touch up the songs for like 2 years. So like make sure that we like really, really loved them and felt strong about them. Excuse me. And then just chance to like get better, like musically, be a tighter band. for me with singing, like I haven't been singing super, super long. So like getting 2 extra years under my belt, like, sort of for free, but not really. But, one way or another, it made a big difference, especially going out on the road, because like, especially as a vocalist, like I certainly hadn't done that many shows like consecutively. I think the longest run we did, it was like 11 shows in a row, like every night, and you got to kind of like, take care of the pipes to do that, or else, by show 10, show 11, you're not going to be bringing the show you want. And like, that's not how we roll and not what, we bring to, the stage anyway. So having that extra 2 years to just like get better at our craft was like so valuable. And I'm grateful for that. That is one plus out of the whole thing. So,
that's going to be my next question is like, you did 10, 11 shows consecutively, like you said. Was it difficult to take care of your voice, or was you used to that? Or was this just something that, hey, I gotta press through this?
Yeah, a bit of everything, I think. Definitely, like I said, I've never done that many shows in a row. Like for shows in a row, maybe, but not singing for sure, like singing exclusively. But yeah, you learn tricks, things that are good, and everyone's body and voice is a little different too. So you got to find what works for you. And, there's a lot of people, especially even like online on like YouTube and stuff, like singing coaches. And like, there's so many resources for it if you just like look for them. And then too, like I was saying, like Crispin Earl from Veer Union, just legendary guy and like just so great. He had so many just good tips. The best one, if there's any singers out there going on some of their first bigger tours, water. It's all about water. It's not tea. It's not, fancy this or that. I like honey and I like tea, but it's water at the end of the day. Like I was probably drinking like 10 bottles of water. There you go.
Just your
10 bottles of water every day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah, it was, I was basically having to use the washroom every 4 hours, no matter what, a lot of 4 a.m. walks to the bathroom and stuff, but, keeps the place healthy. So it's worth it.
I'm a diabetic, so I know that story. I drink water. I drink water and I drink flavored water. And I if I drink a pop, it's got to be like a Coke Zero or, something like that. But I mean, I would take flavored water over anything any day.
Yeah, and that's just it, man. It's just watching out for your health, really, because like if you're not healthy, you're not going to deliver your best show, and that's our mission is to deliver the best show every day. So really, that's all it comes down to. You got to take care of yourself so you can take care of the show.
So how was working with Crispin Earl as a producer on this EP, man? Did he get something out of you guys that you think maybe somebody else might not have gotten, Glenn?
I think so. He's the first proper producer we've ever worked with. So I don't have like a huge comparison, but it was shocking for sure. Like I remember the first song that we did with them was Screamworks, and like you bring in the demo and it's like and we were working on the song for years, and then he kind of like got involved and he's like, oh, what if like we did that instead of this and then this instead of that, and we're all like, whoa, man, like hey, like kind of like shocked by it. And then we kind of threw him a bone. It was like, we're working with this guy for a reason, so let's see what happens. And then like just some songs it was like small tweaks, like Black and Wings, for instance, off the album is like very, very close to the demo. And then there's other songs like Scratching at the Surface. Actually, that one was like so collaborative. He did so much stuff, and then it was just such a cool experience in the studio. And it was just like, we talked about him maybe doing a feature, and we're like, this is obviously the song, because he did so much. But he was involved and he pulled stuff out of us for sure, especially me, I think, in the booth, especially as a, professional singer. Like, I'd never worked with a professional singer before. So he was just, so many tips, and it completely changed like my approach to singing, really, and gave it like a couple levels up, I wonder. But it was awesome, man. It was really awesome.
So would you say Scratching the Surface was the song that changed the most, that it was brought to the table and everything? Would you say that's the one that changed the most, or no?
I would say that, yeah. I think the original demo is almost like you could even be a standalone song still, because we started with it and then just kept overhauling it and making changes, and there's probably only a couple parts left, I think, from the demo. There's like maybe 2 riffs on guitar and like, I don't know, a couple of the vocal passages. Like there's a part in the chorus from the demo and then like one of the verses, and like that's it. And all the rest of it we wrote like in the studio with Crispin. So That one definitely is the most overhauled. But I don't know. I really like that song. It's kind of cool. You write these things, sit with them forever.
Yeah.
And then, it's like whatever. But seeing something go through an evolution like that was really special. So that's definitely a standout song for me on the album.
Yeah, it's like watching your child at birth and go through infancy to, childhood and to adulthood. And you're like, you're bad boy. Right?
Yeah, I imagine. Yeah, totally. Like in a way, for sure.
Yeah. Tryst, and I hope I said that right. Tryst and yourself started experimenting with different songs to cover on the EP. What was the immediate connection to Green Day's Boulevard of Broken Dreams? And was there one out there that could have easily took the place of Boulevard of Broken Dreams that didn't make it?
Oh, that's a good question. I'm trying to remember. It was so shockingly long ago now. It wasn't the first song we worked on. There were a couple other ones that I can't even recall off the top of my head. Kind of like some, I don't even know, there was maybe like 9 Inch Nails made it in there somewhere, and like just some other like kind of like older, well not older, but like kind of 2000s era bands that we really like. And then it was just sort of like not happening. Like either we would work on it and it would just sound like the same as the original, or like we'd kind of lose steam and the fire wouldn't really be there for it, maybe just our own take. And then Boulevard of Broken Dreams, that song went through a bit of an evolution too. It had like, there was like a dubstep thing going on at one point, and then like I did a version with our old drummer Mitch that was like a down tempo, like really piano based thing, and then when we went into the studio, we kind of just mushed them all together, and then the Crispin obviously got into it and kind of made sure that like rock core stayed intact. And then like it was just so like I don't even know, seeing that come to life. Another one kind of like Scratching, I guess, where it went through like a whole evolution to get to the end. But that's a very cool song too, and definitely another standout one for me.
Oh yeah, it's like I told you before we went on the podcast here, this song is really, it blew me away. I was like, wow, they took a regular Green Day song and added their twist to it and just made it heavy.
Yeah. Somehow it worked out. Yeah.
I was like, man, that's pretty cool. That's, I like both versions, but this stands out a little bit more to me because it's got that little extra heaviness in it that I like. So kudos.
That's awesome, man. Yeah. Thank you.
Any tracks standing out more to you than any right now, possibly? I know this is a 7-track EP, but are there any that stand out for you possibly more than any?
I mean, it's tough because they're all like my babies in a way. But I like Keep Breathing a lot. That's a funny one because that was like the last song we wrote, and it's very like the lyrical content is pretty heavy, I guess. For me, it's just a lot of personal stuff, and then it was just a banger. And then Crispin's like, oh, like let's throw a feature on this, it'll be sweet. I got some ideas, and I was kind of like, whoa, I don't know, this is such a intense song. And then he ended up getting Telly from The Word Alive, and that was like, okay, well, if someone's gonna do it, I'm stoked that it's Telly from The Word Alive. So another good journey on that song. But I always love that song. It's just like, it's a great one. There's a lot of my flavor on that one. I'm really proud of it. And then Telly came in and it just smoked it. It like, oh my God, like brought it up like so many notches, made it so much more awesome. So it was like probably my favorite song on out of all of them. And then it like got even better than that. So I was pretty stoked.
I gotta know,
for sure.
I gotta know though, are there any tracks that didn't make this EP though that we can see on another EP or another full length down the road from you all? Because I know you've had to be writing a lot of stuff.
Yes, that is true. Well, one other fun thing about the process, because the whole how long it took, there was an idea, or there was talk once about doing like an even longer one, like a 12-track or something. And then me and Tryst actually went in and we wrote the other 6 tracks that would have been for that. So there are actually 6 demos that sort of fit along with these songs. They're all like, maybe a little bit more, I don't know, I don't want to say experimental, but like they're a little different. We wrote them all after, so there's a bit of growth there, I guess. But when we go back in, we're gonna have all 6 of those, and we'll probably write a bunch more new stuff and just see how it all compares. But there's quite a few demos actually, and that's just from that writing session alone. Even before, like when we went in, we ended up choosing these 6, but there must have been maybe only like 3 other demos I can think of that didn't make the cut. So there's quite a pool of songs, that's for sure. But it's good. It's better to have tons and pick the best ones. You know, you don't want to restrict yourself. So
yeah, you got to have that pool of songs to pull from. It's like, you know, besides going there and scratch your head, like, where do we start? You know, it's like,
yeah.
Now you guys work with a lot of people on this EP too. You work with Ryan Hayes, of course, Righteous Vendetta on Boulevard of Broken Dreams, Keep Breathing featuring The World Alive, and Scratching at the Surface featuring the Veer Union. How's working with everybody on each one of these songs?
Oh, dude, it's trippy, man. Like I've never really done or worked with like feature artists kind of before, so it was a bit of a first. It was kind of like I was saying, a little kind of like weird for them, like, you know, it's our song, we spent all this time on it, have it just how we like it.
Yeah.
You know, and then it's like, oh, let's get someone else in at like, you know, this point or that point, and it's, you kind of get this like, whoa, you know, like how's it gonna go? But you know, at the end of the day, it's just working with killer people, killer artists, just people that are like really good. And yeah, I feel like we just struck it out of the park on this. You know, everybody did so good. You know, like Ryan on Boulevard just like absolutely brought it, you know, had his own flavor in there too. So it just kind of like added another dynamic to the song, as if the song needed more dynamics, but we got it, you know. And then like I was saying, Telly was just incredible. And then, yeah, Crispin had a piece in he did have a piece in all the songs on the album, but yeah, his spot on Scratching is like sweet. And that's, you know, gotta be one of the best parts of the song too. It's such a good hook. Love it.
Who did the cover art for this album?
That was me.
Oh yeah.
I did all the art except for Scratching. Both of the Scratching versions were done by the Rock Shop Records artist. His name's Julian.
So do you like having that in-house to do that yourself, or eventually maybe say, no, I'm not going to do this no more?
No, it's, you know, well, I do a lot of graphic design stuff anyway. Like I do, me and Tryst ultimately do it all, but like we do the merch and we do all these different like parts of the band, and it's just kind of another spot to add some of that creativity and, you know, expand kind of just the brand and what Two Shadows is, what Two Shadows looks like, I guess. But you know, it's so cool working with an artist. You can just kind of say what you want, then you get it, and it's awesome. But then, like, I don't know, you do it yourself, you can kind of add in that little extra level of detail that, you know, maybe only you would be able to know just as the artist. And yeah, man, no, it's fun doing it, and I love doing it, honestly. It's fun to do. It's super cool, like seeing the art that like I did on the actual CD, and there's, you know, so many copies of it everywhere, you know, shelves and whatnot. So that's really satisfying at the end of it.
Now, I know you mentioned this a bit earlier, a little bit of the growth, but what's the growth musically you've seen from yourselves working on this EP, from the beginning up till now? What's impressed you, or maybe stuck out more that you've seen grow a lot?
Oh man. Geez, honestly, like it's over such a huge amount of time, like so much. You know, vocally is a big one. Like I can just do more with my voice that I couldn't before, which is huge. And then there's a lot of like songwriting, you know, like wrote a lot of songs. We got to collaborate with a lot of people, kind of see how they write songs. So it's like huge exposure to just like the industry. I guess that's maybe the last one. It's just kind of some of the industry nuances, like things, just how things work, I guess. You know, it's like back in, you know, doing garage bands and jamming with friends. It's like pretty lightweight and chill and easy to go, but then, you know, you throw money into any equation and all of a sudden everything changes. So just learning how to be smart and, you know, spend good or spend smart and, you know, write good songs. But you know, we definitely came out a lot musically stronger, probably on all levels, for sure on all levels than we went in. So you know, huge album for us, and you know, it's kind of setting us up for the next one, I guess. But yeah, man, just lots of growth, I guess, everywhere.
Do you find it hard being an upcoming band now, since all this is happening with the pandemic, since everything's oversaturated? Do you find it as a band being more harder now, or no?
Well, I mean, so I don't know. It's hard to say, I guess. It's hard for me to say too, because this is the only band, like serious band I've really done. So like, I don't quite know how to compare to like back in the day, but you know, from the stories you hear a lot of the time, you know, it's like you're one lucky break, you know, and you make it and then you're up in the roster. And now it's more like going viral, which is a little more mysterious. And yeah, just the saturation thing. A lot of, you know, it's just connecting with fans is different. You know, it used to be like, you know, records, CDs, press, does it. Now it's, you know, it's Instagram, it's Facebook, it's TikTok, you know, like it's a different beast. But I imagine everybody could have probably said that at some time or another, you know, in the history of music. You know, it's always changing. It's like pop culture, you know, it like evolves constantly. So I think the people that really get it are the people that can evolve with the culture, you know. And you know, we're giving it, we're doing our best too. And the other successful bands that you see are kind of doing the same thing. So I think that's the key. And if you can wrap your head around that, you know, that I think could make you stand out from the oversaturated market.
All right, Glenn, what do you hope everyone takes away while listening to Two Shadows music in general and this EP when it comes out, man? What do you hope they get from it?
Get that, you know, don't be afraid to express yourself, and don't like be shy, and don't like hide who you are.
Yep.
Really, you know, like the whole kind of like the band and the album and all that stuff is just about like, you know, people just feeling like, you know, they're too, you know, not even oppressed, but like, you know, like, oh, you know, they're too shy to express themselves, I guess. And it's like, just do it, man. You know, you only got so much time on this earth, you know, life's hard, but like, you know, don't make it harder on yourself. Like, go out there, do what you want to do, live your life, you know, and that's what we're about. And that's our message, really, or, you know, in summary, our message. But it's just kind of, you know, looking hardship in the eye and just getting through it, do it, be yourself. And like, it's the self-love, man. Like that's what the world needs right now, I think. And that's something that we, you know, we wanted to talk about a little bit and what we did. And, you know, it's a lot of stories just about just getting through stuff. Cause you know, everybody goes through stuff. Everybody's had the worst day of their life. You know, we're all in this together. So that's kind of the message of it, I think.
And everybody's struggling right now. And I just want to bring this up, you know, my thoughts and prayers are with the families of the, you know, the shootings in Texas. You know,
so sad, man.
We got to take control, folks. We gotta stop this shit. It's just,
you really do.
It's sad. I mean,
we were just there, and so many amazing people and families and stuff. It's like, it's so heartbreaking. And yeah, man, I hope major change comes with that stuff.
I know you've got a lot of music still to this day that you listen to, but do you still have that go-to album or song that you find yourself going back to and listening to from time to time that you have to listen to it, Glenn? You cannot kick it out.
Great question. Right now it changes for me, but right now it's In Flames, All the Pain from I the Mask. Love that song. There's a lot of flavors from that song that made it on to Bring the Cold Inside, actually, if you listen closely. But you know, that's actually for sure that song for me. It's a little newer, and you know, I kind of it'll switch around, but that's one for me that I play often. And I guess that album's been out for a couple years now, but I go back to that one all the time. Great tune, highly recommend it. In Flames rocks.
All right, Mr. Glenn, I got to know, how can folks stay in touch with Two Shadows, buy this new EP, when you go back on tour, all that stuff? And I hope you come back to the States soon, because I want to get out and check you guys out again, for sure.
Hell yeah, man. Cool. Yeah, you can get us. We're on Facebook, Two Shadows, Instagram, Two Shadows Official. We got Twitter, and we're on TikTok. TikTok's our latest thing. You know, we're diving into all the new stuff. Tryst and I kind of getting the hang of it, and we're going to be posting all of the awesome tour videos on there. So check that out. That's at Two Shadows Official on TikTok.
And before I let you go, would you care to do a promo for my show, sir?
Yeah, I'd love to, man. This is Glenn from Two Shadows, and you're listening to BODS Mayhem Hour.
Everybody stick around. We got some great stuff coming up, and you only hear these interviews right here on BODS Mayhem Hour. Get out and check out our Facebook page. It has our podcast link and our YouTube link, and I'm begging you guys to please subscribe to that YouTube link, because I need the subscribers, folks. And I done told you, I'll even come eat a bologna sandwich with you for the ones that the 1,000th subscriber. I promise you that. Or we'll do it online and we'll post it that way. I don't care. But anyway, get out and check out Two Shadows and bring the code inside. Check out their videos. I'm telling you right now, you will not be disappointed. And I like this band. I really love what they do. And Glenn's gonna let me come up on stage when they come to the States, and let me do Boulevard of Broken Dreams with them.
Yeah, man. That's the plan. That's what we're doing. Don't miss that show. That's going to be awesome.
That's what I'm talking about. Glenn, thank you so much for doing the interview. And plus, folks, thanks. I want to say this too. BODS Mayhem Hour is affiliated with a Forum Obscura magazine. Please get out and check out their stuff. They have all kinds of artists, obscure art, all this great, cool stuff. And Metal Incorporated. Check them out too. And Diary of the Madman, the ultimate Ozzy Osbourne podcast. Check that out as well. So Glenn, my friend, thank you so much.
Thanks so much for having me, John.
You're listening to BODS Mayhem Hour.
Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.